Day is 11:28 p.m. It is the 25th day of August, and so far I have been feeling drained lately. And I would consider it ironic since it's the long weekend today. I think there's a holiday this week of the Monday and another holiday next Monday for the next week. The reason why I'm feeling drained is that this is, I could say, the most important month of the year. I've been doing something in my work. You would say it's like a research that I've tried to put all of my time towards, and sometimes I don't even know the balance. See, the problem is I tend to become so self-conscious to the point where I feel like even if people see that I'm doing a good job, I feel like I'm doing a bit less than what I'm doing. I've had this trauma, or maybe you could say bad memories, from my college where there's only three of us in the classroom, and then because we're only three classmates within that whole course, there's always put under pressure for the teachers that they want to make the students pass the exams, pass the quizzes, because there's only three of us in the whole studies, and that's quite unfair since there was never real effort done for the studying part. Say for example, if one of us got a lower grade, then adjustments need to be made for the quiz to make sure that that person should get a passing grade on the next try. And that's a problem because for me, I never experienced any kind of effort towards the studies itself. Now, fast forward to college. Fast forward to the work. There is no teachers that will adjust towards you, and I felt like this was an opportunity for me to actually have those kinds of experience the kind of hard work that a lot of students has during high school and college. Fast forward 2 years later, I was positioned as a machine learning scientist or machine learning data expert in this company, and this one is more leaning towards research, towards machine learning stuff. And I've been here for around, of course, 2 years, and I felt the need to push that kind of effort that I expected towards myself because I kept thinking to myself that I'm not doing enough. I'm still having those kinds of experiences during college where I feel like I'm just being lazy. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, at least for myself. This is why I entered a certain event slash conference wherein you're supposed to present or speak to your topic. And this is something interesting since I've been wanting to actually present a research or an abstract relating to machine learning for quite a while. Ever since I actually applied to the machine learning position, I've been thinking that, or at least I've been expecting that I wanted to research. I wanted to present in research. Well, maybe not one, but I was expected. So, come to think of it, it was around June, maybe around June, yes, that the event or conference was announced. And then I began to submit my abstract. Actually, it's even more further than that. See, my girlfriend actually convinced me that I submit in an abstract or a topic for the event itself. But the problem is that this is an IT program or an IT company, which means that you also need to apply this abstract or topic. In fact, I don't even know where to start. I've only had the intuition of what kind of topic should I present and what should I need. But sometimes I can get a little bit ahead of myself. So at the time of the submission, there was no code, no applications, no background research. I haven't even studied a lot of references yet. I just went in and submitted the abstract itself. So this is why I tend to overwork this month, because I keep wondering if I submitted this abstract with confidence, I wanted to make sure that whenever I present this, it has to be top tier or quality as much as possible. And of course, since I had no kind of studies yet, I really had to rush. In fact, the whole idea phase of the abstract was around June. July was, let's say, the whole coding itself. In fact, July was the most hell month for me. I even had to actually, I've been actually work during the weekends as well, like maybe 10 hours. Sometimes I even had to sleep until, sleep from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. just to monitor how my code was going. And I believe I would say that's a problem, because sometimes the growth of these kinds of research can be a bit nauseating, toxic, and addicting. At the end of the day, when I presented it on around August 9, I felt kind of, what do you say, the feeling of, that's it? Huh, maybe it didn't go as well as I hoped. Was I expecting too much from this audience? Were they underwhelmed? Did I put too much effort to my own presentations? Those were the things that I thought about to myself, because I wanted to make sure that I wanted to be as unique as possible when presenting. I didn't want to make it super technical that only the higher ups could only understand the research that I made. I didn't want to make it too simple that it offended a lot of my teammates, that I was just like spoon feeding them. So I wanted to create these animations from scratch from Adobe After Effects. I wanted to create all these .gifs or .gifs towards the PowerPoint presentation itself. I really wanted to make sure that the definitions from my research are understandable, let's say from a stranger, from a casual audience, but still a presentation that can be learned from someone from the higher ups. At the end of the day, I got the best presenter. Yeah, I was awarded the best presenter out of let's say 3, maybe 10 presenters. I mean, I could say that I expected it, but I really just got tired during those times, and I feel tired right now. And I feel like it's really hard to think that, yes, this was satisfying. Yes, the award was satisfying. Yes, everyone clapped, and I felt like all those hard efforts during that month of July was all paid off. But is the goal to actually just, how would you say, is to actually just rinse and repeat? Just rinse and repeat. Do the hard work, be satisfied, try to rest a little bit, and then do the hard work again. And I feel like it's too repetitive for me, because I'm not even sure that I want to do this type of thing again. Sure, there is a lot of rewards. In fact, my manager actually opened up to me that this research could be filed for a patent, which I think I'm really excited. But patents, or at least patents here in the Philippines, take around 3 to 5 years. In fact, more than 5 years if you really want to be serious about it. So the conundrum is that I don't want to feel like I am overworked. I don't want to feel like I'm stressed. And I also want to feel like I'm balancing my work and life balance. But in this line of work, at least towards research, there is no strict rules on how you're supposed to do something. But there are requirements that you need to do something at the very least for the research at hand. So how do I do that? How do I actually balance my passion, my interest in life, all of the things like my procrastination, and also all those things that I want to do in work? Because if I really wanted to do something at work, I'm going to work more than just the work itself. And I don't want to do that every time. There's this point in life where I just want to think is, where does the growth stop? Like, a lot of people right now want to think that they want to grow. They want to grow, they want to go to the next mountain over all the never-ending mountains. And personally, I just want to think that sometimes I'm just getting tired of hiking. Maybe I just want to stay in one mountain and try to live my best life out of it. Because if I'm just going to go to another mountain and another mountain, then I'm never going to be satisfied. I'm never going to try to think that I'm going to stop here. I'm going to like this where I am. Do I look like I'm saying that I'm liking where I am right now and I don't want to progress? Maybe. But sometimes it just feels a bit tired. Maybe it doesn't have to always continue to grow. I just want there just has to be pauses now and then. But sometimes you don't even have to go to the next mountain. Sometimes you just have to go down. Have to go in a low-key cabin somewhere. Maybe just eat in a restaurant. Why not just go back to civilization where everyone's there, where everyone's just acting very chill, very low-key, very normal. Maybe just try to stop and think. Maybe here is where your happiness is. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I feel like I'm just worried about progress. I'm just worried about growth because I really don't like what I did during those past July. And yes, maybe there's this generic advice where you can say, hey, probably you can do this. You can try to manage your time. You can try to improve your productivity by doing this and that. Yes, there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things to do. It's not literally impossible to actually just optimize on how I do my research in the next few months or in the next few years. The problem is that we always need this sense of optimization, productivity, always this sense of we need to try to relieve all this stress to make more productivity. Which is why I'm entering this rant about ChatGPT, the era of the AI. And everything else is so automated that I don't even know what our place is here in this planet. Since we have our own strives, we have our own efforts, we have our own tiredness, our own weaknesses. And where is the line where the weakness is so trivial to the point that it can be replaced by something like an AI, something technological? Where is the line where weakness, or at least the effort that we try to do, is actually valuable? Because I felt like even if I was actually tired during that month of July, it was so satisfying to be rewarded. It was so satisfying. Now, if I was aided, like let's say 90% of the work was done by AI throughout my research, would I feel like I was satisfied with my own hard work and effort? Maybe not. Which is why I always wanted to know, where should I stop? Where should I stop? Because we all know the journey. We all know the journey. And the destination, we don't know. So if we don't know where the destination is, when should be the time where we could stop? I don't want to always continually improve my productivity, because sometimes maybe the effort, the muscle memory, or at least my own methods of actually giving effort, is favorable. And sometimes it actually complements with the reward that I hope to get. So that's one conundrum that I need. I don't know what you think about this, but I'm sure that a lot of people would rather want growth, continual growth. But for me, I just want to know where I can stop. Because I feel like there's only limited time right now in our lives where sometimes we need to stop running. And I'm not saying that, of course, I'm not saying that in order to stop, we have to actually stop our own lives. I don't mean it like that. I meant that stopping where we are right now and take a moment to breathe and just look around. Maybe this is enough. That's it for today. Thank you very much.